Recognized for 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to reflect on the destructive tornadoes and severe thunderstorms that struck Indiana and much of the Midwest this past Sunday. On Monday, I had the opportunity to tour areas that sustained some of the worst damage. Kokomo, Indiana, was particularly hard hit, and Logansport, Lafayette, and Lebanon sustained serious damage as well. While Hoosier lives were spared during this, some of our Illinois neighbors were not so lucky. And all throughout the Midwest, people lost their homes, their possessions, and in some cases their livelihoods as businesses were destroyed. Some of our communities and neighbors face a long, painful recovery. I encourage all Hoosiers and Americans to keep those suffering from the destruction of these storms in their thoughts and prayers. And as is often the case in our great nation, tragedy reminds us of the goodness and generosity of our fellow citizens. In the past, I have seen Hoosiers step up in tough times to help their family, friends, neighbors, and even complete strangers in a time of need. While touring Kokomo, I met two men who had driven all the way up from Indianapolis just to try to lend a hand however they could. Doors were open, charitable organizations had swung into action, neighbors were helping neighbors, and while the federal government may have a role to play in the recovery efforts, Hoosiers were not sitting around waiting for their federal government. Individuals attacked problems, helped their neighbors, and showed great generosity and resilience. It makes me proud to be a Hoosier, and I'm humbled to represent so many people full of caring, generosity, and resilience. Mr. Speaker, thank you for the time. I yield back.
The gentleman's time has expired. What purpose?